Man, probably a fun fact on me is that I like
You
to
don't?
read. I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish your story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is push the back button. That's all you gotta do. Push the back signal.
Try not to think about the future too much, so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
What's up, everybody out there doing today? Welcome to the O.T.S.B.S Show. This is your boy, Coach Lee. It's Monday. We 4 days from the weekend. Back at it like we're mad at it. Man, you know it's time to run one with you guys. With that being said, Tuquan, how you doing out there today, brother?
What's going on? You hear me? Okay. I was kind of slow on the side of the feed, man. What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's getting to it this week. I've done it all.
No doubts, no doubts. Hey, man, you got a little bit of a wrinkle for us this week, huh?
Yes, I do, man. I got 2 wrinkles. One is I'm supposed to introduce somebody via satellite. I don't know who this person is, but hey, this guy is a first-time guest on this show here. Live from satellite. I think this is probably the first time he's done this. But we're going to introduce him, man. So we going to bring y'all one time. Lounging. Satellite. Leroy.
Let me in this brother. Hey, I mean, goddamn, look. Hey, I've been cussing since I got out the restaurant, but it's the dude lounging Leroy. And you know what? I got my passport today. So for today only, call me International Leroy Jr. Welcome to the O.T.S.B.S Show, man. What's good, fellas?
What's good? What's pimping?
Cool, man. Hey, look, y'all definitely got to check out the drip, man. Y'all see the drip, the actual Michael Thomas, you know what I'm saying, jersey. Shout out to Sean Athletic Gear. Y'all check him out, Sean Athletic. That's SHAUN athleticgear.com, man. But what's good on this Monday, man? Like, what's up?
Hey, man, I like that plug from Sean, but you can keep that jersey, though.
Go, man. They got rid of more. Go.
Man, look, I came up to y'all like Tu said. I'm out here from satellite. You know, don't ask me where I'm at. You know, it's vacation. You know what I'm saying? And don't ask me what's in my cup. But it's season 2 of the cup, man. Like, what we talking about today?
I need something what's in that cup. You are feeling like a mad villain tonight. What's up?
Hey, man, I'm about to tell you, better check the streams, man. I was in Lakeway, Texas. You know what I'm saying? I was in Austin, Texas, San Antonio, California. Look, pulling up to a store near you.
Yes, how we doing?
And down the coast.
But I definitely got to say that I do like, you know, because I'm rocking these AirPods and it's always shortened out Tuquan. So, you know, I like that because the AirPod must know, like, that's my arch nemesis. I really just came on to troll him.
oh, that's what it is.
Because hey, I mean, because if my memory serves me correct, somebody owe me.
Yeah, man, I owe you some. Yeah, man, it's a show, right? So you guys watch me. Hopefully, you know. I don't know how
go.
you see me. I got y'all. Yo, George, you did me dirty. I Paul.
We got the proof.
Thank you, sir.
We pay bets around here when we make them.
Yes, sir. We do, man. Sports talking friends.
But hey, let's get ready to roll right into this, man. Two, I see you, man. Where to deliver, man. That's what we do around here. But the first one for today, we're going to call this bad boy here Really Dude. So this kind of goes into the narrative of kind of what we talked about a little bit last week, how you got that time frame in between the last set of OTAs and when training camp starts for NFL players. And usually that's when the craziest stories come out. So this one ain't too crazy, but for those that don't know, this young man, he's kind of a baller. He's kind of a big deal. He was the first round draft pick of the Arizona Cardinals, I believe number 25 pick, if I'm not mistaken. Well, Xavier Collins got in a little bit of trouble last Sunday. He was arrested for reckless driving charges, 76 in a 35-mile-per-hour zone. Now, unlike the previous story we did, there wasn't no guns involved or nothing like that, no alcohol, but the simple fact is you got to keep your nose clean, fellas. So what y'all think about this from this young man already?
So I'm gonna let you jump in on this.
Terrible. These young kids and these driving issues. I'm from Massachusetts. We just lost a good upcoming prospect, Terrence Clark, to a car accident in California. These athletes should be trained or something, agents, something. He just got drafted, so he has agents. Drive for this man. Why these players before they hit the field? Their life's at risk. It gets crazier and it's sad. First round pick. I thought the Ravens should pick a receiver. They go pick a defensive guy, and now the bullshit on his Monday starts it off with this guy gets arrested for reckless driving, careless.
You think at a certain point in time, you get to a certain stature, you got drivers for that. You know, I know you want to live life on the edge, but man, you got to keep your nose clean. You know, anything that you do, they're going to blow it up. And it's going to be probably more than it should be, but it just comes with the territory.
Young kid.
Right. And with that coming with the territory, now, the thing is these celebrities, they be wanting to prove that they regular people. So, of course they're going to go around and try and actually, do what regular people do. But the thing is, they're not regular. So, I mean, I get that. But, it's kind of crazy the way it happened.
No doubts, no doubts. Hopefully he'll get it together. He'll have a great rookie season.
He'll get a slap in the wrist. He'll get a slap in the wrist. I feel if this is his first charge, we don't know. I don't really know the guy. But if it's his first charge, he'll probably get a little slap. Get out. It'll be a lesson learned for him. Better a lesson learned now than later on in your career when the money is stacked already and you're looking for extensions and contracts and things of that nature. He'll be all right.
Right, that part, because he's still, because that's the thing. You have a different bit of leverage when you're up and coming. But once you actually made it, your conversation becomes, your business becomes everyone else's business. So, like I say, he's gonna get a slap on the wrist because he's an athlete. He's up and coming, but he'll be good.
Yeah. No doubts, no doubts. All right. Well, I know Uncle Leroy doing this thing, so we're gonna keep this pushing. Next up, we got this one is on here because I can't believe it. Call this one Trade Piece. Now, we were just on here, I think, last Wednesday night, clowning about the playoff performance, and particularly the last game for our man Simmons, Ben Simmons. So reports came out that the Minnesota Timberwolves want to trade for Ben Simmons, and they use the term badly. Y'all buying that?
Badly. I'll say in the terms of badly, yes. Because you have a lot of young guys over there that are kind of coming into their own. You got the number 1 pick last year in Edwards. You have Cat. You have a lot of other young guys. That Ben Simmons, even without a jump shot, can still facilitate that type of team.
True.
Because you're not really asking him to do much. Now, what I get badly wrong in this sense is the only thing badly you need, Minnesota, is a new type of management scheme, because it's not really good. There's plenty of people that wanted to be in this franchise. You guys have said no to them, the KGs of the world, blah, blah. They find themselves in the same position every year. But actually this year, team-wise, towards the end of the season, it looked like they Cat was interested in still being there and whatever. I don't know the situation with that. But in terms of badly Ben Simmons, no. They don't badly need anything. But they can badly use his facilitation because he doesn't take away from the Edwards and the Cats and the D'Angelo Russells of the world. But if you want Ben, you can't be happy about the price tag that you're going to have to put up for him potentially.
Do you think this is actually a genuine story, or you think this has more to do with either his representation trying to build up interest, or the team themselves trying to build up interest so they can try to get some value off of it?
A little bit of both, but more on the side of Ben Simmons. And you're going to see this summer with a lot of the players. The media is going to be on the players because they need a market for the offseason, for the free agent market, and or who's going to get traded before the regular season stock market. So Ben Simmons and say Damian Lillard are guys in that situation where, A, they can still technically be with their team still because they're still under contract, but at the same time, if you can go get value for these guys, go get them.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Only reason why I don't think this has too much to do with the T-Wolves, because I'm like, they know what they just saw. Yeah, they may figure he they can take his skill set, implement it into their plans, and move forward with them. But if you buying, you want to buy on the cheap. So you're not gonna. I don't think they're just gonna come out there and say, "Yeah, we want him real bad." It's gonna make his price go back up, where they could have bought him on the cheap. So I definitely think that came from his camp, and probably from the Sixers organization as well.
Just to remind everybody about the Minnesota Timberwolves. Just to remind everybody. The Knicks did too, but did the Knicks? I don't think. I mean, probably the Knicks. They had a chance. The Timberwolves at Steph Curry, but they chose Rubio, and they chose Johnny Flynn.
Yeah.
So, do I even trust Minnesota and the fact that they even looking at Ben Simmons? Is that the right move, facilitation wise? But overall, definitely, I agree with you, man. His camp is doing something about that because I don't think Minnesota has a clue about who they want or what else they need to contend.
I agree with you, especially they have new ownership that consists of A-Rod. So I don't see them wanting to just jump right out there. Ben Simmons ain't gonna sell you tickets. So I don't see that as as publicity type of thing. Again, I think it comes down to his representation, the 76ers drumming up interest. Maybe the Wolves called out and threw some feelers out to see if they might be interested, and they just ran with the story.
A lot of the summer's going to be crazy. You're going to see a lot of people on the market. You're going to see a lot of teams, especially with the draft coming up, doing their picks around. I heard about a bunch of stuff today. And a lot of the trades look real spicy, but they're protected in that. You never know if it's true or not, but
Right.
somebody's on the move.
No doubts, no doubts. So before we go over to the back half of the show and the next segment, go out here real fast. Got to pay a couple of bills. We're going to do what we do. Then we're going to be right back. O.T.S.B.S.
That was good with the people. It's Montreal McNeander, NFL linebacker for the Cleveland Browns and Grambling alumni. I had to come through today. Give a special shout out to my dudes over at STWF Media, the big brand, where you can talk sports with the other NFL players, fans in their Facebook community. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go get them boys a shout out. Go check out their page. And I promise you, man, you're gonna love everything that you hear and enjoy.
Boom, just like that. And we back, folks. As we get closer and closer to football season, I can't wait. But task at hand, O.T.S.B.S Show every Monday night, 7:30. Next up, this one kind of caught me off guard, but then I'm looking at the motivation behind it, and it makes sense, but we're still going to throw this bad boy out there. We can call it Say What?
Yes, sir. Spiciness of the weekend, man, right here. Airways all across the world. We are on something.
So this one, see if we can get a little bit of this audio played here. So this came from Scottie Pippen. He's a Hall of Famer, with the Bulls, the Rockets, Trailblazers, but most notably with the Bulls. He was on the Dan Patrick Show. And this was Scottie had to say in regards to Phil Jackson.
Help me understand the GQ article where you talked about the 1994 playoff game when you refused to go back in the game and Phil set up the play for Tony Kukoc.
Well, I mean, it's not much to be said if you go back and look at when Scottie Pippen entered the Bulls and when Tony Kukoc entered the Bulls and who deserved the last shot of the game.
No. I understand that, Scotty. I'm just going by what you said. You said you need to read between the fine lines. And then you go on to say it was a racial move to give him, Tony Kukoc, a ride.
So, I mean, if you knew that Scottie Pippen had been with the Bulls from 87, battled through the Pistons and every other team that we had to get to those 3 championships, wouldn't you give Scottie Pippen one opportunity to get a last-second shot without Michael Jordan? Like 1 year without Michael Jordan. Can I get one shot? Like, I'm doing all the dirty work.
But all of that I understand from the basketball standpoint. But when you say a racial move,
well, why would Tony, who was a rookie, get the last-second shot and you put me out of bounds? That's what I mean, racial. Like, that was Scottie Pippen's team.
But
Scottie
Phil
Pippen
then
was on pace to be an MVP that year, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, why would you put him in a position not to be successful? Why wouldn't you put him in a position to succeed? Michael Jordan is not there. So who's next in line for you?
But have you talked to Phil about this? Because by saying a racial move, then you're calling.
All right, man. What you think about that, too?
Oh, man. This is bizarre because, like I said, if you know me, I'm a guy that solemnly swears to myself before I talk. I try to listen to both sides. One side, we got Scottie Pippen. No, look at the people side first. He's crazy. Race card's bad. So racist. Yeah. But then Scottie said something that I think people miss. Basketball. that's what makes it spicy. Because you see, I was talking to you a little before. Tony Kukoc was an international star that was back in the 90s by Chicago. You know, drafted him, stacked him, you know, may have had a little bit more, you know, oomph to him than they did to Scotty. Beat around, you know, the contracts and the money and all that. When Kukoc came in, was making the same money as Scotty was making. Scotty was looking for respect. So his reason in the terms of the season and the way it played out, maybe he's not. When I would have used the race card, probably not. But he played with Michael Jordan, what they call the best basketball player in the NBA. You gotta remember, guys, the NBA before it would make a mainstream was in the league of mostly, you know, like it is today, a lot of blacks, you know, doing drugs, all that stuff. And what became the corporate NBA became Michael Jordan, along with Larry and Magic. Into the pro black thing back in the day, he himself. So people today would probably call Michael Jordan maybe a Republican by the stars. I think that is. That's his point. Cool coach for Jerry Krause, who invested a lot of money to invest in this guy before the second fiddle on one of the best teams of all time. So everybody else's side kind of blends in a bit because I feel as if this is his story. This is how he feels about it. And one thing Scotty says, well, he's not trying to bring any black drama back into the situation. He wrote a book, and this book, there was a question that he got to what was in this book, and Scotty gave his opinion on it.
You know, first off, I'm gonna say Scotty definitely doing it to sell books. I'm like, if you felt that way, why you wait almost 30 years to say something about it?
I say this.
if you really felt that way.
You waited a long time to say it, but back then, they talk about you was told to do and dribble. Right now, imagine what they were told back in the day. You had a guy in Sharif Adu, you had and Chris Jackson, who was blacked out of the league for being who he was. You know what I'm saying? And you see that nowadays with Kyrie Irving a little bit and the way the stance is, and you see the attention that he's getting. So maybe Scott was just like, hey, I'm working in the best job in America with the Chicago Bulls or with Michael Jordan. Hey, I'm going to just keep my mouth shut and do all this. But in reality, it's like you go to your job every day. You might work and bust your behind, work those 80, 90, how many hours you work a week. But you see everything that's going around in here, everything that's going on. But like Scotty said as well, you're supposed to keep stuff in-house. So when the documentary came out about Michael Jordan and all the Last Dance, a lot of stuff was being thrown out there that was supposed to stay in-house.
That's true.
And it did. So now, what position does Scotty have now? Oh, now Scotty, a couple years after the Last Dance, now you're writing a biography now. So what are you supposed to write now? I mean, it could be selling money, it could be selling alcohol, but after hearing that interview today and just listening to both sides of the fence, it sucks because this guy is one of the greatest players of all time. Like, you put that down, like, Scotty was a bad man.
Yeah.
But sometimes your opinion can get you slapped in the ass. It can be just for a week or two. Some people in a month or two may have something different to say. We don't know. But it's crazy at all, man. This is what we live. Everybody's two sides to everything, man.
It's definitely always two sides of everything. I just, I can see Phil just taking the high road and just not even addressing it. But then I can also see at the same time, considering the state that we're in socially, I can see Phil coming back like, nah, that's not how that went out.
What do we want to say this? Real talk, because we're not filtered. You know what I'm saying? This stuff that we're not going to stay on here. But say if Scotty said, okay, because Tony Kukoc was an international star, and we know how much the NBA was trying to generate international money, and Jordan to America was that guy.
Right.
That's the same thing, you know what I'm saying? It could have been Jerry Krause being racist, not really Phil Jackson. It could have just been Phil Jackson listening to Jerry Krause because he was a GM. You know what I'm saying?
It could be.
It's many different things that could have been on because, like you said, he was in that locker room. They wasn't. Nobody was in the locker room with him and the Chicago Bulls.
I think we're definitely going to find to get the behind the scenes stuff, because I also saw a comment today where Scotty came out and said Mike taking out to play baseball for the time he did was selfish, and I'm thinking to myself, everybody know Mike left because Commissioner Stern told him he had to. He had that heat on him. He had to take that time off. Because either dad would be suspended, and they weren't about to suspend their best player. That's going to be a bad look from a PR standpoint.
Mike's Mike, man. He was going to do whatever he wanted anyway. Mike did whatever he wanted. You've seen it. Scotty just had to play. Hey, you're the second guy at one of the best jobs in the world. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, man. But Scotty, hey, your opinion is your opinion, bro. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't speak up. If they feel like you're overly wrong, bro, that's what it is, bro. Like you said, people are not going to like what you say. Scotty says it all the time. Whenever he talks, people don't say nothing.
All I can say is,
my daughter,
it's probably about to get juicy, man. And last but not least, kind of ties into this a little bit, but
get a cookie or something, please. She's tired, and we're going to round this down. Let's go. Guys, my daughter over here, she ain't liking the sports topics.
This one here is called Fair, and this one is kind of a two-parter. So the great Jalen Rose, who I believe a lot of people, not only in the NBA world, but in the media world, us being part of the BAM group, the broke ass media team, we got a lot of respect for Jalen. But this kind of goes along to, if those not familiar with Kwame Brown, talking about the get along, go along gang, I think is what he calls it. So Jalen came out and spoke out against Kevin Love being included on the Olympic team roster, and referred to it as him being on the roster due to tokenism. But he said that last week, but he can't, I believe he said it last Thursday. The quote was, he was on the Jalen and O.T.S.B.S Show, and Rose said, Kevin Love is on the team because of tokenism. Don't be scared to make an all-black team representing the United States of America. So he came out and said that, but he came out again today, and he issued a apology, so to speak. So do you think the go along, get along gang got in his ear and told him, hey, man, tap him on the shoulder? We can't be talking reckless like that. You're making it look bad.
It could have been. It could have been the case, but I'm going to go here and say Jalen is one of the most respected guys in the world. I believe in No, I know for a fact he's the best person in the game today at what he does. I met him in California 5 years ago, and I told him the same thing I'm telling you right now. That's the game to do right now. But then he's the nicest person, and when he treats players and talks about players, he doesn't really throw shade at them because they're all professional basketball players. He always swears upon that.
That's true.
So when he threw the tokenism up there, Kevin Love, like I said to you earlier, he didn't have to say tokenism. He just say, how is Kevin Love on the team? Who else should be on the team besides Kevin Love? And guess who would have came up? A bunch of NBA players that were probably African American, and that's no disrespect to white America. There's no disrespect to the white basketball players. There's a million of them, and they're good. But the way we've been seeing basketball the last some odd years, I don't see a Christian Laettner in the NBA right now. I don't see one in college. So the fact that Kevin Love, we've seen his story the last few years, a guy that should be, in my mind, taking ease away from basketball, it definitely was tokenism. You know why? Because Kevin Love knows it was tokenism. You look at Kevin Love right now and say, Kevin Love. And I think when it comes to the USA team, you have to deserve it. Kevin Love 8 years ago deserved it because Kevin Love was grinding on the basketball court and making a living. Now, Kevin Love now, he has a lot of different things going on, and I feel like he needs to address that. Like the Cleveland situation, address that. You know what I'm saying? Getting along with your teammates if you're going to stay in Cleveland, address that. Where are you going to be at next? Address that. You want the USC team flat out? They didn't have nobody else, so they went to you, Kevin Love. You know why? Because it was priceless. It cost a thing.
Now,
and guess what? Nobody else can say anything about it.
Now, the USA basketball executive director, Jerry Colangelo, I don't know if we're going to buy this story or not, but this is an O.T.S.B.S show. But he came out today, this afternoon, and says Kevin Love made the USA team due to his versatility, ability to rebound and score, and his previous USA basketball experience. Sounds like Colangelo believes that Love has also accepted a reserve role too. Are you buying the explanation from Colangelo?
I am not buying that. I'm watching the WWE right now. You know what the WWE does at times like the Olympics? They bring back Hulk Hogan. They bring back this person. They bring back that person. For what? For the dollar signs. Kevin Love, I guess it's going to make that. But don't sit here and tell us, because of the rebounding and the exceptional rebounding in 2008 in the Olympics with Kobe Bryant and LeBron James and the Wayne Wade. You don't do stuff like that. Be real with yourselves. Say, hey, we needed a guy, to stretch the floor. We needed a guy with experience. We went Kevin. But Jalen with the tokenism thing, he knew that being a nice guy, you always have to say nice things. So him saying that was just a bad hit because he's always saying nice things. So he kind of went out of his book that time. And I think the apology wasn't like ESPN based. I feel like that was him. You know what I'm saying? It was him in his mind, like, damn, because he wants to be for the people. Like Stephen A. once upon a time wanted to be for the people. But the job and the money got too in away of that. Jalen Rose, I feel like, can keep that going. But there's going to be some shoulders and fellas you're going to rub, bro. Regardless of what you say. Keep it funky. Keep it yourself, bro. That's what it is.
So shout out to real quick to Ray Martinez. He said, let's talk hockey. Let's talk
got no
Euro.
Goddamn hockey. Goddamn Euro, goddamn hockey. All that. You want to talk about hockey tonight? Montreal's going to win game 1.
You think so?
Montreal's going to win game 1. It's been a hell of a season for them guys. Over 20-odd years, no championships. No appearances. They've been hot this year. Beat the hottest teams. I'm a Penguins guy. I'm a Devils fan at heart. But Sidney Crosby is the best player in the game. They beat the Penguins. You know what I'm saying? They didn't beat the Penguins. Sorry, they beat the Maple Leafs. Then they beat the Lightning, who are the best team in the East. It's just beating too many good teams. When you beat too many good teams like that, there's only one more team standing in your way, and that team right there, they got some injuries on their side. And I don't think that they can mess with Montreal. They're just too hot right now. Canada's ready this year to celebrate a championship, man, for all the COVID that's been going on. They want to celebrate like when the Raptors celebrate. They want to be the new top team in Canada. I got them in game 1 and to win the series. Take the bet now. Go ahead. And Euro, man, how that game end today? Switzerland, I seen Switzerland came to hoop, and I didn't really pay attention to Euro today. Though I was paying attention during the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Putting money on the line. You know, I bet sports from time to time. You know what I'm saying? Bet what you can afford. Don't go crazy. But,
okay. Ray, that good enough for you, Ray? Hey, you want to talk some hockey? Put it in the group. Tomorrow's show is the sports chatter show. Drum on some excitement. Drum up some topics. Jump up in there. Talk with us. We here to listen.
We here, man, all day. Shout out to you guys as all the time. Shout out to Scottie Pippen. You know what I'm saying? You know why I shout out to Scottie Pippen? Because people got to start realizing, man, that these athletes are human beings too.
That's true.
And people experience things no matter where you are, who you are. Scottie Pippen is the man that just wants his respect. Now, everybody has shown him respect. They show him respect. But I would have been a certain way too if the international star came and they basically saying, hey, you take the last shot of the game. I don't care if he shoots better than me. I'm the second best player on the team. Do they say that to LeBron when it's time to drop the last shot? No. They saying LeBron first. If not, we're going to draw it to somebody else sometimes. But most of the time it's LeBron. And LeBron knows he can't shoot better than some of the people on his team. But that doesn't mean LeBron's not going to get the opportunity. You had, but at the end of the day, Kukoc had a lot of jump shots, game winners in that season anyway. So it looked bad on Pippen in that aspect. But I get the whole, I've been here for the grind up with MJ. MJ leaves. This is me, baby. Hold on. The series is 2-0. And he wants some respect, man. All Scottie asking for is some respect. And for Future to stop messing with his girl with his Gucci flip-flops on.
I can see that, but I just thought it's kind of funny. And me, everybody's entitled to their opinion, like you say. I'm glad Scott is finally speaking up for himself because he has been kind of reserved for 30 plus years. But I think the timing's kind of bad because he comes out and he makes his statement days after he tried to throw some smoke and some shade towards Durant's way. And Durant kind of threw that out there. How you supposed to be the man when you didn't even take the shot? You let Kukoc come in.
No, but he didn't let Kukoc take the shot. Phil Jackson called the shot. It's like, okay. And no, hold on. The worst part, I think, you know what the bad part about it for Scottie is? You know what the crazy thing is?
What's that?
He was supposed to be the inbounder. Kukoc gets the game-winning shot, and you as the second player, you inbound the basketball. Coach Lee, you're the second best player. Now you're the best player on the team, and you're told against the New York Knicks, a team that you murdered with Michael Jordan, and was told to inbound the ball to Tony Kukoc. And they mad at Scottie. I can't be all the way mad at Scottie. Yes, I could be mad at some of the stuff Scottie said to Dan Patrick and about Phil Jackson and all that else stuff. I can be mad at that. But overall, he might got a riff. He might got a little riff. If anybody, I just say people just listen to a little bit. Like, if you're 100% mad at what he said, okay. I understand that 100 times. But if you're not listening to what he's saying and just looking at posts and stuff, then you may not be involved in this conversation. Like, you have to really, I try to look at things in the context. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm listening to him, I'm like, yo, makes sense. Because not saying, we'll talk about this all day. I don't want this show. This show is gonna be the best show ever. And about years so. But behind the scenes, we can have some deleted scene episodes. I'll air motherfuckers out straight up. Because y'all crazy if y'all think Scottie Pippen's 100% wild for all this crap. He's not wild. Now playing the race card may be a wild because we don't know. We've never physically heard anybody say Phil Jackson's a racist.
That's the part that surprised me. Just Phil's whole vibe, his whole thing he does, it's just surprising, that would be thrown on his character. But then again, Scottie's seen him behind the scenes.
Right, what you said, man. I seen behind the scenes. I was there. It's crazy, man. But it's sad to see, man, because You just hope that he's well. If this is a case of, craziness and Scotty's capping, then I hope he's all right. But if he's not capping, then this is gonna bring Phil out. I don't think it's gonna bring MJ out because, like you said, MJ can get less. MJ's the man. He had some stuff to say about Barkley as well, which was absolutely comedy when you look at the two, because you look at it closely. You can look at this percentage. What he said about Barkley, and I'm gonna give you a link tonight, and then I'm done talking. I'm gonna give you a link to YouTube. Hey, YouTube. During the offseason that he got traded to the Blazers, he said Barkley didn't work hard enough. He didn't want it. And he said, guess who told him that? Michael Jordan.
Hey, man.
I'm just saying, when you guys want to keep calling somebody crazy, you might want to look up the word crazy. You may not know what it is. Well, man, it's crazy, bro.
So I went back and I'm looking at, real quick before we end this, tonight's show in this segment, because I was a Bulls fan at one point in time, and it's a little bit about the communication that that occurred between them. So for those that don't know, you might have some youngsters on here. In Game 3, the Bulls were down 2-0 in the second round series. It was the final seconds of the game. Phil drew up a play for Kukoc. Now, Kukoc at the time was known for game-winning scores, but Pippen felt like he got slighted. So he was irritated with Kukoc because they said earlier he had forced him into taking a bad shot. So at that point in time, Scottie refused to get up onto the court. So he said he felt like it was an insult coming from Phil, as he said in Last Dance. I was the most dangerous guy on our team, so why you asking me to take the ball out? So according to other accounts, Jackson came to Pippen and asked if he was in or out. Pippen replied he was out. Fellow player Steve Kerr said, I remember Phil saying, F him. Pete Myers, come on in.
Right, F him. You know why? Because they didn't really care about Pippen at the end of the day. It was about Jordan and an international player, which was Kukoc. And it spoke, and that's more, I feel like, what Scotty was coming from, like the international star. They got money into him. They got something into this guy. Why they stash him if they don't got nothing into him? You know what I'm saying? Like, it goes deep with them, and it sucks because Kukoc was in the situation, and Kukoc just wanted to be a basketball player. It's the GMs and the owners of the league that create the drama sometimes.
That's true.
And it wasn't drama between Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Michael Jordan and Scottie went on the court, did what they did. Mike didn't have many friends, so Scottie knew that. But when it came to other players below, Kukoc wasn't told that this ride under Scottie. Kukoc was told that you come in and this is going to potentially be your team. We got this guy right here who we're not going to pay. Matter of fact, we already screwed him. So, hold on. We already screwed this man out of money. We giving it all to you.
Pretty much.
It's crazy, man.
Who you got for shout-outs tonight?
Give a shout-out to KNS WrestleFest, man. One of the best wrestling auction signing groups, pages, organizations running. Last year during the COVID, I was just chilling, like a regular person, man. Like, oh, COVID, cool. Maybe get some stimmies. Well, I didn't get no stimmies. So, so I was just chilling. And, hey, I watched the wrestling auction one day, bought some autographs, and one day bought an Austin vest from these guys. And that was the start of me doing this whole wrestling memorabilia thing, man. So give a shout out to them. Shout out to the Real Hood Fitness auction page, man. Come through if you into wrestling, all types of memorabilia, events with memorabilia, all types of stuff that goes on daily over there. It's like a zoo. Shout out to the guys over there running it. And give a shout out. I want to give a shout out this weekend to somebody that's just out of the ordinary. But I'm going to give a shout out. Ordinary team. I'm going to give a shout out to the Boston Red Sox. Because the Boston Red Sox swept the Yankees this weekend. Red Sox, I don't like them. I can care less for them. I live in Mass, but so what? And I betted on the Yankees every single game this weekend. and the Yankees lost me every single game this weekend. So along with 13 push-ups today, I lost about. Well, I can't disclose the money. You know what I'm saying? My girl might be watching. You know what I'm saying? But
don't get in trouble over there.
off, man. Just know I spent what I could when I could, man.
Already. Hey, appreciate you joining as always. Shout out to the family. Shout out to Uncle Leroy. You know, he's on PTO, on vacation, leisure time, but lounging Leroy Jr. found his way to come on here and bless us with his presence for a couple of minutes.
And that smelly crazy.
He wanted to come on and see them push-ups, he said.
You got him.
But hey, yeah, appreciate y'all joining in tonight. O.T.S.B.S every Monday night at 7:30. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family. Continue to grow this thing with us. Tomorrow we got the Sports Chatter Show. If you got something that want to be discussed tomorrow during the show, get in there, post it, drum up some excitement about it. Because whatever get the most comments, what we use the road with.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's get it, man. Everybody participate, share, like, man. Take a peek, man. This is free willing right here. No scripts, no dress rehearsals. We out here.
Straight like that. So appreciate y'all. Monday night, 4 days from the weekend. Let's do this. Be here tomorrow, 7:30 sharp. Appreciate y'all. Peace.
Scotty's cooking.